Throughout the world, there are many places that are absolutely covered in ice and remain that way for extended periods of time. These places are generally inhospitable to humans because we weren't designed for such cold temperatures. Because of this, however, there have been some incredible things frozen within ice, which are only now being discovered as our technological abilities grow. That's what this video is going to talk about. Here are 15 of the most bizarre things found frozen in ice, which shocked the world.
That actually means ice crystals forming in the cells, and in so doing, they destroy many of the cells of the body.
Number 15. Frozen woman who comes back to life. Jean Hillard is a survivor who defied all odds after an incredible ordeal that captivated the world. On December 20th, 1980, the 19-year-old from Minnesota was driving home from a friend's house when her car slid off the road and became stuck in a ditch. Hillard decided to walk the rest of the way to her house, but she never made it. Temperatures that night were dangerously low, plummeting to minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Hillard became lost in the freezing wilderness and was unable to find her way back to safety. She spent the next 6 hours exposed to the elements before being discovered by a passing driver who found her lying in a snowbank.
Jean was literally frozen stiff, her face fixed in an icy white grimace.
When Hillard arrived at the hospital, she was frozen solid from head to toe with no signs of life. Her body was stiff as a board and her skin was a ghostly shade of white. Doctors declared she had no chance of survival and her parents were told to prepare for the worst. However, Hillard's story didn't end there. Against all odds, she slowly began to thaw over the course of several hours. Her body temperature rose and her heart started beating again. She gradually regained consciousness, and within a few weeks, she was able to walk and talk again.
I remember being in pain. I felt like I'd run a marathon without training. I just felt kind of stiff and sore. But after that, I was fine.
Hillard's remarkable recovery stunned medical experts and captivated the world's attention. She became known as the Miracle Woman and was featured in numerous news stories and documentaries.
Harrison 2, tell fire to go where I'm at.
Number 14. Woman stuck in frozen lake. Carissa Miller is a woman who was rescued by 2 fishermen and a Macomb County deputy after she fell into an icy lake while walking along a pier.
Okay. Come on, guys. You got a hand? Take a hand. I'm completely numb.
On January 27, 2021, Miller was enjoying a walk in Macomb County, Michigan, when she accidentally slipped on ice and fell into the frigid waters of Lake St. Clair. Miller was trapped in the freezing lake and unable to climb back up into the pier. Luckily, 2 fishermen who were nearby heard her cries for help and quickly sprang into action. They called 911 and managed to pull Minor out of the water and onto the pier.
Come on, girlfriend. Come on.
It's too hard.
Come on. All right, stay right here. Stay right here.
I'm stuck.
Grab a hold. 1, 2, 3. Up. All right, we got her out.
Moments later, a Macomb County deputy arrived on the scene and provided Miller with emergency medical assistance until an ambulance arrived. Thanks to the quick thinking and bravery of these 3 individuals, Miller survived the ordeal with only minor injuries.
It was better than any feeling that we like the worrying was over.
Miller expressed her gratitude for the heroic actions of the fishermen and the deputy who selflessly risked their lives to save hers. Her story is a powerful reminder of the importance of staying vigilant and safe during winter weather conditions, and the incredible courage of those who put their own lives on the line to help others in need. Their actions should be celebrated and honored as examples of the best of humanity. Number 13. Woman found in hotel freezer. Kenika Jenkins was a 19-year-old woman from Chicago, Illinois, whose tragic death in 2017 sparked national attention and outrage. On September 8th, Jenkins went to a hotel party with friends and she never returned home. After her disappearance, her mother, Teresa Martin, filed a missing persons report with the police. After an extensive search, Jenkins' body was found in a freezer in the hotel where she had attended the party. The circumstances surrounding Jenkins' death remain controversial and shrouded in mystery. The police investigation initially concluded that her death was accidental, but her family and many others have expressed skepticism about the official findings. Jenkins' story gained national attention and sparked discussions about the prevalence of violence against Black women and the need for greater accountability in law enforcement investigations. Her tragic death also prompted calls for greater awareness and education about the dangers of parties and the importance of looking out for one another, especially among young people. Although Jenkins' life was cut short, her story serves as a powerful reminder of the need for justice and accountability in our society and the importance of creating safe spaces for all individuals, regardless of race, gender, or background. Her memory serves on as a symbol of hope for a better, more just future. Number 12. Mummified children for ancient sacrifice. The Lule-Laco children are 3 Inca child mummies discovered on the summit of Lule-Laco, a 6,739-meter high volcano in the Andes Mountains on the border of Chile and Argentina. The mummies were found in 1999 by a team of Argentinian and Peruvian archaeologists led by Johann Reinhard. The Lulacian children are believed to have been sacrificed by the Inca people as part of a religious ceremony called Capacocha. The Capacocha ceremony was a ritual sacrifice of children and other individuals believed to be an offering to the gods. The children were selected from a young age and were considered to be the most beautiful and pure of the community. The 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, were named the Maiden, the Lule-Laca Boy, and the Lightning Girl. The maiden was approximately 15 years old and her body was the most well-preserved of the 3. She was found wearing a richly adorned tunic and had her long hair braided. The Lule-Laca Boy was approximately 7 years old and the Lightning Girl was approximately 6 years old. The mummies of the Lule-Laco children have provided important insights into Inca culture and beliefs. Analysis of the mummies' hair and teeth has revealed details about their diet and health, while the clothing and artifacts found in the children have provided insights into Inca fashion and material culture. The mummy's excellent preservation has also allowed scientists to study the effects of high altitude and cold temperatures on human remains.
3,000 meters. This used to be a barrack that could host as many as 15 Austro-Hungarian soldiers.
Number 11. Remains from World War I. The melting of glaciers in Austria's high alpine regions is revealing an unexpected and haunting reminder of the First World War. The retreating ice is exposing the remains of soldiers and their belongings from one of the most brutal and devastating conflicts in human history.
Pieces like this, which were essentially frozen solid in time for 100 years, are coming back to life.
During World War I, the mountainous terrain of the Austrian-Italian front was a crucial battleground where soldiers fought and died in treacherous conditions at high altitudes. The extreme cold, avalanches, and difficult terrain made it one of the deadliest and most challenging theaters of war. As the glaciers in the region melt due to climate change, the frozen bodies and belongings of soldiers who died in the conflict are being revealed. These artifacts include personal items such as clothing, weapons, and ammunition, providing a glimpse into the lives and experiences of the soldiers who fought and died in the war. The emergence of these World War I artifacts is not only an archaeological discovery, but also a stark reminder of the human cost of war. The remains of soldiers found in the ice are a poignant symbol of the thousands who lost their lives on these remote and inhospitable battlefields.
This might be the most shocking feature in all of Antarctica.
Number 10. Blood in snowy mountains. Antarctica's Blood Falls is a mysterious natural phenomenon that has intrigued scientists and visitors for decades. Located in the McMurdo Dry Valleys, Blood Falls is a flowing stream of bright red water that pours out of the Taylor Glacier into Lake Bonny. The vivid red color of the water is what gives Blood Falls its name, as it appears to be dripping with blood. However, the source of this red color is not blood at all, but rather iron oxide, commonly known as rust.
But as you can see, this water here is pretty clear. If the water is clear and there's iron in it, that means it hasn't been oxidized yet.
The iron oxide mixes with the water and gives it a striking red hue. But what makes Blood Falls even more fascinating is its origin. The water that flows out of the glacier has been trapped for millions of years, and scientists believe that it may contain microbial life that has been isolated from the rest of the world for millennia. Researchers have even drilled into the glacier to collect samples of the water and study the microorganisms living in it. The discovery of Blood Falls and the potential for ancient microbial life has important implications for the search for extraterrestrial life. If life can survive in the extreme conditions of Antarctica, it is possible that it could exist in similar conditions on other planets and moons in our solar system and beyond.
We have this lava lake, the Erebus breeze, the lava lake going up and down.
Number 9. An active volcano in Antarctica. Antarctica, the southernmost continent on Earth, is known for its harsh and unforgiving climate, but also for its unique geological features. One such feature is Mount Erebus, an active volcano located on Ross Island in the southernmost part of the continent. Mount Erebus is the southernmost active volcano on Earth and has been continuously active for more than 1.3 million years. It is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, a region known for its frequent volcanic and seismic activity, which stretches around the Pacific Ocean. Despite being an active volcano, Mount Erebus is also home to a diverse array of microbial life. The volcano's summit is home to a unique ecosystem of bacteria and other microorganisms that thrive in the extreme conditions such as high temperatures and acidic environments. The study of these microorganisms has helped scientists better understand the limits of life on Earth and the potential for life to exist in similar extreme environments elsewhere in the universe. Mount Erebus has also been a destination for scientific research for decades. Researchers have studied the volcano's unique geology and the impact of its eruptions on the surrounding environment. The volcano has been used as a testing ground for technology and equipment designed for use in extreme environments such as those found on other planets. Despite its remote location and extreme conditions, Mount Erebus continues to fascinate scientists and visitors alike. Its unique combination of geological and biological features make it an important site for scientific research and a reminder of the incredible diversity and resilience of life on our planet.
This video is from the 16 October 2018 Northern Peninsula Ice Bridge mission.
Number 8. Perfect rectangle found by NASA. In October 2018, NASA's Operation Ice Bridge, which conducts airborne surveys of polar ice, made a remarkable discovery in Antarctica.
Now we're crossing some combination of open water and sea ice. This big, huge tabular berg ahead of us is the A68 iceberg.
They spotted a perfectly rectangular iceberg floating in the Weddell Sea, a region of the Southern Ocean. The iceberg's precise edges and flat top gave it the appearance of a giant floating sheet of glass. While icebergs come in a variety of shapes and sizes, the rectangular shape of this one was a rare and unusual occurrence. Icebergs usually form irregular shapes as they break off from ice shelves and glaciers, so a perfectly rectangular iceberg was a striking sight. Scientists believe that the iceberg's unusual shape was due to a combination of factors, including the way in which it broke off from its parent ice shelf and the effects of ocean currents and wind. The iceberg's flat top was likely caused by erosion, as wind and water gradually eroded away the ice and created a flat surface. The discovery of this rectangular iceberg was not only a fascinating scientific find, but it also had practical implications. As ice shelves and glaciers continue to melt in Antarctica, the number of icebergs breaking off and entering the ocean is increasing. These icebergs pose a significant hazard to shipping and offshore operations, so understanding their size, shape, and movement is crucial for safety.
Okay, we just found this out here in the middle of the lake.
Number 7. Alien eggs in Utah. In November 2020, a team of biologists stumbled upon a mysterious discovery in a remote lake in Utah. They found thousands of strange, translucent, gelatinous spheres ranging in size from tiny peas to marbles scattered across the lake bed.
Touch it.
Gross. Gross.
Oh, weird.
What if it's like a disease?
These strange otherworldly objects became known as alien eggs due to their unusual appearance. The biologists soon realized that the alien eggs were actually the egg sacs of a tiny species of crustacean called a water flea. The water fleas, also known as Daphnia, are a common species found in freshwater lakes and ponds around the world. The egg sacs, which are filled with tiny developing embryos, are a crucial part of the species' reproductive cycle. While the discovery of the alien eggs may have been a false alarm, it highlights the importance of scientific curiosity and exploration. It also reminds us of the incredible diversity and complexity of the natural world and the many strange and wonderful creatures that call it home. In a world where science fiction often becomes a science fact, the discovery of the alien eggs serves as a reminder that there is still so much we have yet to learn about our planet and the life that inhabits it. As we continue to explore and study the natural world, who knows what other strange and wondrous discoveries we may make. Number 6. A fish eating another fish. In the world of nature, survival of the fittest is the norm, and sometimes it can lead to bizarre and fascinating events. One such event recently made headlines where a fish was found frozen in the act of eating another fish. This unusual occurrence happened in North Dakota, where a fisherman discovered a pikefish that had frozen solid in a lake. What made this discovery unique was that the pike was caught in the act of devouring another fish, and both had been frozen together in ice. The frozen fish, measuring about 14 inches, had its mouth wrapped around the tail of a perch fish, which was nearly the same size. It was clear that the pike had caught the perch and was in the process of swallowing it when the freezing temperatures suddenly took hold, and both fish became trapped in the ice. This discovery is fascinating for several reasons. First, it shows the incredible survival instinct of those creatures who will go to great lengths to secure a meal. Second, it is a reminder of the harsh realities of life in the wild, where predators must constantly hunt and scavenge to survive. The frozen fish also serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictability of nature. One moment, the fish were living their lives in the frigid waters of the lake, and the next, they were frozen in time, forever preserved in ice. Before we go on, like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. It's time for today's subscriber pick. This peculiar sarcophagus was found just outside of Russia, in a place where there isn't exactly permafrost, but the rock-hard soil remains nearly freezing for a majority of the year. Because of this, the body did not decompose as quickly as it otherwise would have, and we have this terrifying face to see. Not a lot of testing has been done yet on this person, and it's unknown exactly who they are or why they were buried in such a strange location. It must have taken a lot of effort to dig down through soil that it's practically stone, so it must have been done for some important reason. Who do you think this person is? Do you think they were highly revered, or were they perhaps someone terrible that people buried to get rid of? Remember to comment down below with the hashtag subscriberpick and let us know what you think. Now on to the next topic. Number 5, ice-coated lighthouse. One of the most stunning sights during a harsh winter is an ice-covered lighthouse. In Michigan, a lighthouse on Lake Michigan has recently captured the attention of the world as stunning images of the frozen structure have gone viral. The St. Joseph Lighthouse, located in St. Joseph, Michigan, is a beautiful place of architecture that has been standing for over 150 years. The lighthouse is situated at the mouth of the St. Joseph River and is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the area. During the winter months, the lighthouse is often covered in ice due to the freezing temperatures and the strong winds that blow in from the lake. However, this winter has been particularly harsh with frigid temperatures and heavy snowfall. creating a spectacular display of ice formations. The images of the ice-covered lighthouse have taken the world by storm, with people from all over the globe admiring the stunning natural beauty of the frozen structure. The layers of ice have created intricate patterns that seem to sparkle in the sunlight, making the lighthouse appear like a work of art. Despite the freezing temperatures and harsh conditions, the St. Joseph Lighthouse remains an important beacon for sailors navigating the waters of Lake Michigan. The lighthouse was originally built to guide ships safely into the harbor, and it continues to serve that purpose today. Number 4. A baby mammoth. The discovery of a baby woolly mammoth mummified in the Yukon has captured the imagination of people all around the world. The incredible find offers a glimpse into the past and sheds light on the life of these fascinating creatures that roamed the earth thousands of years ago. The baby mammoth was discovered by gold miners in the remote wilderness of the Yukon Territory in Canada. The miners stumbled upon the mummified remains while digging for gold in the area. The woolly mammoth was perfectly preserved, with its skin, fur, and even its organs still intact. Scientists who examined the remains believe that the baby mammoth was between 6 and 8 months old when it died. They estimate that the animal lived over 50,000 years ago during the last ice age. The discovery of the baby woolly mammoth is particularly significant because it provides scientists with a wealth of information about these ancient creatures. Researchers have been able to study the mammoth's DNA as well as its physical characteristics and the environment in which it lived. The discovery of the baby mammoth has also sparked new interest in the study of extinct species that has inspired researchers to search for more well-preserved specimens. It is believed that the cold, dry conditions of the Yukon Territory may have helped to preserve the remains of the mammoth. Hopefully, more specimens are found soon. Number 3. 1,000 Melting Men. Nele Azevedo is a Brazilian artist whose stunning ice sculptures have captured the hearts of people around the world. Her unique and thought-provoking sculptures have been exhibited in cities around the globe, from Sao Paulo to Berlin to Sydney. What sets Azevedo's work apart is her use of ice as a medium. She creates intricate sculptures from blocks of ice that she carves into delicate and intricate shapes. Her sculptures are often life-size or larger, and they are displayed in public spaces where people can interact with them. One of Azevedo's most famous works is the Minimum Monument series, which features hundreds of small ice sculptures of people. The sculptures are arranged in public places and then left to melt, symbolizing the fleeting nature of life and the transience of human existence. Azevedo's work has been praised for its beauty and its ability to make people think. Her sculptures often carry a social or political message, such as her Melting Men series, which features life-sized ice sculptures of men melting away. The sculptures are meant to draw attention to the issue of global warming and its impact on the planet. Despite the temporary nature of her sculptures, Azevedo's work has a lasting impact. Her pieces are often documented in photographs and videos, and they leave a lasting impression on those who have seen them. Number 2. Otzi the Iceman. Otzi the Iceman is one of the most significant archaeological finds of the 20th century. The well-preserved remains of a man who lived over 5,000 years ago were discovered in the Italian Alps in 1991, and since then, scientists have been studying his body to learn more about his life and the time in which he lived. Otzi was discovered by hikers in the Otzi Alps, and his remains were found perfectly preserved in the ice. The discovery was an incredible stroke of luck for archaeologists, as it is extremely rare to find remains this well preserved. Through various scientific techniques, researchers have been able to determine a great deal about Otzi's life. They believe he was approximately 45 years old when he died, and they've been able to study his diet, clothing, and even his health. They believe that he lived as a hunter-gatherer and that he died from an arrow wound. One of the most fascinating things about Otzi is the incredible amount of information his remains have provided. Researchers have been able to study his DNA, which has shed light on his ancestry and genetic makeup. They've also been able to study the contents of his stomach, which has given them insight into his diet and the environment in which he lived. Otzi's body has been on display at the South Tyrol Museum of Archaeology in Italy since 1998. where it has become a major tourist attraction. The exhibit includes a replica of Otzi's clothing and equipment, which gives visitors a glimpse into the life of this ancient man.
Found frozen rotifers, suspended in a cryptobiotic state. They revived the rotifers, which then began reproducing using parthenogenesis.
Number 1. Zombie virus in Siberia. The thawing of Russia's permafrost is causing concern among scientists who are worried about the release of ancient viruses that have been frozen for thousands of years. These viruses, sometimes referred to as zombie viruses, have been locked away in the permafrost for centuries, but as temperatures rise, they are being released into the environment. One of the most significant concerns is the potential for these viruses to cause harm to animals and humans. Some of these viruses are believed to have been responsible for deadly pandemics in the past, such as the bubonic plague and smallpox. While it is unlikely that these exact viruses will re-emerge, scientists are worried that similar unknown viruses could pose a threat. In addition to viruses, the thawing permafrost is also releasing other pathogens and bacteria that have been frozen for thousands of years. These microorganisms can survive in the permafrost for long periods, and their release could have unforeseen consequences for ecosystems and human health. While the potential risks are concerning, it is important to note that not all of the microorganisms released from the permafrost are harmful. In fact, some bacteria found in the permafrost have been found to have beneficial properties and are being studied for potential medical applications. Thanks so much for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.